Hey, 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 YouTube! It's finally my chance to be star of the show. Thanks for being here with me. Sorry Johnny couldn't make it. As you saw from the thumbnail, she is at work tonight. And just like she told me, I would probably wonder if I was really out there and people could hear me. So I guess in the chat, let me know if we are live. I'm trying to use my phone to see if we're here. This is harder than it looks. I'm used to being the co-host, not the host. Hey, hey, hey. So glad to see everybody here. It looks like the chat is getting rocking and rolling. I put a question out there before we got going, and I was asking everybody, do you prefer the ocean or the mountains? Johnny said she usually always thinks that she's a hand down mountain person, but after we spent a few days by the ocean, she was maybe reconsidering. So let's see what we got here in the chat. Oh, all kinds of awesome people here. So, of course, Kaylee's here. Nate with Land Cloud, welcome. Soul Searching, you're saying the ocean. Charlie Grace is in the house. Susan's here. Thanks for being here, Susie. Jean W., thanks for being here. Johnny is not here tonight. I'm her loving wife filling in while she's at work, saving lives. Hey, Mary Jones, thanks for being here. Looks like we got quite a few votes for the ocean. Hi, Doreen. Good to see you. Hi, Lisa. Thanks for stopping in. Shanna, let's see what you have to say. Hell, you have not taken Daisy to the mountains or the coast. You prefer the mountains with camping, and you fear the driving your rig over those curvy road hills. I get that. Oh, wow. We're going to get a raid from Steve Turnell's channel. I do not feel worthy. Hey, Amy, she voted for the ocean. I saw where Amy mentioned the one channel was talking about giving away on a live a trip to Hawaii, and she was all in on that. I would be too. As many of you that follow us know, Johnny and I spent our honeymoon in Hawaii. We love it. I can't wait to go back. Once we're both traveling, nursing together, maybe that would be a good option. I just don't know about getting my dog over there because there's quarantine and travel and all that stuff. So who knows? Anita Myers in the house. She's picking both mountains and oceans. Let's see. Who else do we have? Everybody saying hi to one another. Jean W., nice to meet you. Thanks for becoming a new member. Everything is going well. Thank you for reaching out on that one. Oh, hey, Miss Bella. Thanks for being here. Kaylee saying hi to everybody, getting everybody welcome in. Margie's here. Thanks so much for being here. So, as you guys know from when you watch Johnny and I'm always trying to put the kibosh on her doing these big, long hello opens, howdy to everybody. Now I kind of see where she gets that from. You kind of want to make sure everybody knows that they're here. Sue Mitchell spent her honeymoon in Hawaii 40 years ago. I guess depending on what islands you've gone to, maybe a lot has changed. So I do have a little bit of an agenda for tonight's show, a few hot topics. So no real questions, no real games other than the ocean or the mountain question we started off with. But as many of you know, Johnny and I had a chance to get together. I flew out to Maryland and it was kind of crazy. We both worked overnight Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday nights. And then when I got off work, I went to the airport and flew in. Didn't sleep that day. She didn't sleep that day. And we had quite a bit of a drive to get to the coastline. But once we got there, we were treated. I'm going to show you a few pictures from the trip. We'll see how this goes. I'm not, again, used to being the one. I'm used to Johnny doing some of this. So here's where the pictures are. And we'll see how those are coming up. Yeah, so you can see that. There's one of the pictures. It's the horse. So that's the horse at sunset. So that's where we went. We went to Osteaga Island, which is in Maryland. It's an island where it's known for its wild horses. So we were treated to quite a few awesome views. These are the horses actually on the beach. Johnny got these shots the first night we were there, and I will be honest enough to admit I was crashed out in the van, super duper tired. So she got to see those majestic animals on the shoreline all by herself. This one I was there for. This was the next day we went back, and it was so cool. They have these people there that are volunteers, and they're called the Pony Watchers. And what the Pony Watchers do is they help the visitors to the park kind of understand what's going on with the horses. And they know all these horses' names and the lineage and who's the mom and who's the dad and the stepdads and all kinds of different things about the offspring. So there is actually two different herds of the horses. The island is cut in half by a fence with the state of Maryland and the state of Virginia. So this was actually horses on the Maryland side. And then Johnny treated me to an oceanside room for my very first nurse's day. So we got a chance to stay. It was at the courtyard, and we were right on the beach. We were right on the boardwalk. This is actually off the balcony, so you can kind of see that. That's the sand. The boardwalk's kind of in the near part, so you can't super see that. And then this was the sunrise the next day. So there was a ship out there and just the beautiful sun coming up and then the birds. So we had a great time just hanging out in that room, and I will tell something on us. So, we have the van. The very first night we booked a room at the Astiago National Park. And to be honest, it's $30. We were lucky to get a space that we could only get a space for one night. They were sold out the rest of the weekend, but it had no amenities. It was basically an asphalt top, um, a picnic table and a fire ring. So there was no electric, water, there was no shower house. It was just a vault toilet. So, not much bang for your buck. So that first night we had booked ahead of time and we had our campground. We just went straight there, and that's where Johnny got some of those great shots of the horses right off. And we saw horses as we drove into the park. And I will tell you, I don't want to give it all away, but Johnny has an awesome video coming out Friday, and that'll show you the horses from beginning to end over the different several days that we were there. And another cool thing happened while we were there. One of our fellow YouTube channels in the community saw that we were there and ended up Instagramming messaging Johnny, and we met for dinner. So we have them kind of highlight featured in the video this Friday too. So anyway, we spent that first night at the campground, and it was fine. It was nice to be there. There was actually a horse that was roaming the campground, so that was kind of interesting. Now they do have signs posted everywhere. The horses are wild. You're not supposed to get within 40 feet. They bite, they kick. They're not tame, friendly, go pet them horses or feed them an apple. You're not allowed to feed them or anything like that. You know how that goes with wildlife. So that was our first night. And then from there, she treated me to that hotel room that I just showed you, which was, super duper awesome. And oh, I missed that. Thanks for the super chat. Thank you. And then we were out and about in Ocean City. That's more the populated boardwalk area. And that night, we were like, maybe we'll stay here at the hotel another night. And I was like, Johnny, I love the van. It's cozy. I've actually kind of missed it while you've been gone. There's no reason to get a hotel room for me. Like, we don't need it. Well, she was like, I want this to be a special weekend. So it was so funny. And I know sometimes when you talk prices, that's like off putting to people. But that first night at the hotel, beachfront, any of you that have ever priced that, it was $199 with taxes. So, normally for us, 200 for a hotel room would be a lot of money. But again, it was a one shot thing. Well, we went to the front desk to see how much would it be for a second night, which happened to be a Friday night. The price shoots up to $439 a night. And so Johnny's so sweet. She looks at me and she's like, "Well, honey, do you want to stay here another night?" I said, "Oh no, I don't think we need to do that." So then we were so funny. We were out and about in Ocean City that day. We did some shopping. We ate at a nice restaurant on the waterfront. We got Starbucks. Everybody that knows me knows I like to work some Starbucks into the day. And we just had a really good time. And we thought about it, and we were like, the parking lot across from the hotel where we had parked was perfectly awesome. and they didn't have us like register a ticket or put a tag in the windshield, nothing like that. So that is where we spent night number 3. Oh, Maddie's trying to talk in the background. I don't have a hush bottle. We'll see how this does. Maddie, hush, hush. I'm the only mommy on. I can't mute. You got to be a good girl. Those of you that have met Maddie know how spoiled she is, and the chances of her being a good girl are slim to none. So, anyway, we boondocked on the hotel parking lot. I don't really think we were stealing anything. We were just kind of hanging out in an urban setting, and we had a great time. It was quiet. We put up all the reflectics and had the special curtain that partitions off the front up, and we had a very, very wonderful night in the parking lot. And then I'm trying to think where we spent the next night. The next night we had driven down further to Virginia, and then we needed to make our way back to the airport. So we just pulled into, some of you from that area will know the name of it. It's Royal Farms. So those of you in the Midwest, it'd be like a quick trip, or those of you a little bit further northeast, it'd be like a Wawa, just a regional nice gas station with some of the bigger amenities. So we pulled in there, and we didn't want to just kind of boondock and get a call in the middle of the night, or a knock, that dreaded knock. So we pulled in and we went to the front desk, and well, the cash register, and we asked him if it would be okay if we spent the night. And you know how that is. You have some 20-something-year-olds working the register, and they don't care. They're just like, don't block a pump. So that's where we spent that night, and it was quiet as well. So we really felt like on the trip we had the best of both worlds. We had a chance to enjoy the hotel. We had a chance to get on the beach. We saw the horses, which was the whole main point of going to that area. We were delighted with Ocean City. We didn't realize what a cool town it was with the boardwalk. And we really would like to go up in that area and see some more Delaware, get a little bit further north, see some more Delaware beaches, and have a great trip. Oh my gosh, Jean, thank you so much. Aw, you're so sweet. I hope you get to travel in a van, travel lifestyle soon too. So we are just kind of, taking it as it comes. And Johnny's been getting out most weeks and having adventures. I told her I would kind of get you guys caught up on her as well. So this week she is working tonight. She works tomorrow night, and then she'll be off. And she's going to head to the Shenandoah Forest, and it will be her second trip there. She got some great footage and saw some beautiful sights that first trip there, and she wants to get a little bit more and put a nice video together for a future adventure share on that. So there's some hiking there, and I believe there's the river and some different things. So again, Jean, thank you so much for the super chat. That is just above and beyond. So, oh, that's a lot about the trip. I shared some pictures on it. We really did get to do some authentic van life. The one thing that really was not authentic, that was different than how Johnny's really been kind of living in West Virginia, is we ate out, I think, every meal. And that's because of me. I like to eat out. That's like how I like to enjoy different places. It doesn't have to be fancy, but Johnny did treat me to quite a few fancy meals. But, just grabbing a nice bite to eat and that kind of thing. It was awesome. She was so sweet. She had picked up filet mignons, and she was going to make those one night, and we just never ended up getting around to it. So I think she's going to be having some delicious steak quesadillas in the next couple of days. But Johnny did really go all out spoiling me on the trip, and she wanted to make it special because it had been over a month since we had seen each other, and we've really been missing each other, and she really went above and beyond. So the one thing of, our time in the van together, which I think I was wrong on my days. We work Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. I flew out Wednesday. We were together Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday nights, and I had to come home Sunday. So we didn't really cook in the van. So that was kind of different than what she has been doing. We did end up doing laundry at the hotel. So that's anybody that is like a van life or a nomad person, when you get a chance to throw a load of laundry in, you like to do that because you want to keep things clean. Aaron, thanks for that shout out to everybody. If you are on here and there's people here you're not connected with, give their channel a look-see. Look at their content, see if it's something you're genuinely interested in. If so, subscribe and watch a couple of videos, play a playlist or two for them. Hey, Linda Barker, good to see you. Johnny, get back to work. Start saving those people. Um, the next thing I was going to share with you, and it's kind of a big thing. And you know me, I don't always necessarily get permission from Johnny to share these things. I just like to spring things out there. While we were together, we were driving, and it was kind of the midway of the trip. All of a sudden, Johnny gets a text from her boss at the hospital she's working at. So the director at the hospital she's working at in West Virginia. And from there, she just kind of out of the blue said to Johnny, "Would you like to extend?" And Johnny and I had been talking about it because her contract ends the end of June. And then we need to be at Mayberry like the middle of October. So when you count out 13 weeks, she would have to be somewhere by, I think it's like July 12th. So, like that second Monday in July. So, to not stay at the same hospital, try to line something like that up, be out of the new place by October, be in the right part of the country that's close to North Carolina, Mount Airy, North Carolina. And I'll explain a moment on that, what I'm talking about, the Mayberry Meetup. For those of you that are new and would like to join us, I'm sure we could always find rooms for some new friends at the Mayberry Meetup. But we just thought it would be a good idea for her to extend. The only caveat was we wanted her to have like time off in between. So what she's going to do is work 3 days of one week, be off the rest of those 4 days, a full week of 7 days, and then 4 more days. So I think she's home 15 days. She's going to leave the van in West Virginia with the folks that she's been boondocking for pay at their house and just fly home because that'll give us more time together. And then from there, she'll have like 15 days at home with me and the kids. And then she'll go back to West Virginia. I think her first day back is like July 8th. So we'll have the holiday together. Except, of course, my holiday at my work is July 4th. I can't find anybody to switch with me, but that's the life of a nurse. We both knew that when we signed up. You don't necessarily get holidays or weekends off. My dog is tearing something up in the background. Just one moment. I told her that I'm the only mommy and I can't mute. Okay, well, that was a brief timeout so I could yell at her. I'm sure she knows I am back to not being muted and not being able to yell at her. So she'll probably be right back up to her tearing something up in the background. So if you guys can hear that background noise, I apologize. Oh, it does you no good to have a spoiled dog because then when you need them to be good, they don't know how. And it's my fault because I was the bad mommy that didn't train her right. So anyway, she'll be back in West Virginia on contract from July 8th through October 8th or 9th. I'm not sure. I think it's a little bit over 13 weeks. But then the other big announcement is after that contract, Johnny is doing some soul searching herself right now. I don't know if she's still in here and listening to this, but she may stop nursing. She may take a time out from nursing. So, what she has had happen, and those of you that follow her channel so closely, is she's been featured on 30 and a Wake Up, and that was awesome with Kevin. Box Van D did a great shout out with her. Lots of shout outs over the months, got her some popularity and some push up. And then she just recently had a profile with Patrick on New Jersey Outdoors, and she gained quite a bit of subscribers, and that video's gotten a lot of views. That tour has gotten a lot of views as well. So, of course, in the comments, everybody's like, I want you to build out a van for me. I want you to build out a van for me. So, we've been looking at commercial space here locally in St. Louis because typically nowadays, a lot of the bigger van shops are 2 years out. So, if you had a van today and you wanted them to build it out, you'd be like a 2-year wait list. So, it's not inconceivable to think that if you were able to help somebody with their van, that they wouldn't just go ahead and drive it to St. Louis. So that would kind of be the thing about that is we would do commercial space, and we can't do another one in our neighborhood, we don't think. This last van build with both of the adult kids having a car, me having a car, Jonnie having the van, and then another van. It's just, we live in a residential subdivision. There's all these rules. We actually got a letter from the subdivision people last time about too many vehicles and parking too much on the street. So we would have to get a commercial space. So she's really doing some soul searching. Johnny's a very, she has a lot of faith in God. She has a lot of traditional Christian values and beliefs. And so she's going to sit with it in prayer with God and just see when October comes after the Mayberry Meetup, is she going to be a van builder or is she going to be a nurse? And we are not going to do the thing where she tries to do both, because that's just too hard. Because trying to work 36 hours a week full time and build out a van for somebody else on their time frame, it would just be basically one or the other. So that is a lot of updates on us. I think she would love building out vans. The only thing we both have kind of said, and if there's anybody in the chat that has ever indicated they would want Jonnie to build for him, this is not a slight against anybody, but we almost feel like it would be easier to get a van and build it out and then have somebody come and buy it, because then it would be exactly, they would see it and they know exactly what they're getting, versus the other dynamic is they bring you a van and they tell you what they want. And then what if something doesn't fit right? Or what if something it just doesn't match their expectations and there's all this awkwardness and craziness? So that's a good point, Nomadic Anna. She'll always be a nurse, even if not working as a nurse. And we've talked about it. She would get some kind of PRN job where she had to work once or twice every 6 weeks, just so that she would be on the payroll somewhere, so that if she needed to pick up shifts, she could. But yeah, basically, um, Aaron says, hardest part for build a van for someone else would be how much do you charge for your time? Yeah, that would be hard, Aaron. And we haven't done a lot of research on that, but we've seen videos where people feel like a lot of the van shops, they're usually trying to profit 20 to 30,000 from the van. And that's a big spread. I get it, 10,000 spread. They have overhead and a team of people, but in Johnny's construction world, she charges 35 an hour for her construction services. The only problem with this van thing would be she wouldn't have no idea how many hours a van would take to build. So Soul Searching says, do the first idea for sure, build a van and sell it as is. Yeah, we just really both feel like maybe that's the best way to go. She could start by building out Kevin's new van. You know what? That's so funny that you say that, because I think her and Kevin have talked about him, would she build a van for him? And his mom lives so close to us. It's just crazy. I mean, they're probably not even 30 minutes away. So in the scheme of the world, 30 minutes is like nothing. You got to pay yeah, Linda, we'd have to pay the rental space, and we get that, but we just don't think we could, we don't think there's any way we could build it at our subdivision. And with wood going up, Aaron, you make a great point. That's absolutely true. Custom is way more for sure. She charges 30 to 50 per hour. Oh, that must be another place. And then I agree. I think it would be best to do the van first. Yeah, we just think if you build something and people like it and they buy it, it can't be, oh, this wasn't what I thought, or I don't like how the closet is, or any of that kind of thing. Yep, you're right, Susan. Johnny's going to take time and pray about it. And just like this extension came through to be perfect timing for the Mayberry meetup, we know the perfect thing will happen. The perfect van for her to build will come up, or the perfect next career opportunity in nursing will come up, or what have you. So I'm used to Jonnie talking so I can get my tea in, so I apologize for that. So, one of the things I wanted to mention was the Mayberry Meetup, and that is going to be officially it's the Thursday around the 14th of October. So I think it's like the 14th, 15th, 16th, 17th. It's like Thursday to Sunday. A lot of channels are coming in early the Sunday before, which I think is the 11th, and it's in Mount Airy, North Carolina. It's the Mayberry Meetup. Susan from New Horizons is one of the founders of that event. This will be the second annual event of that meetup. And it was an amazing time last year. We met so many awesome people. I want to like say some names, but then I feel like if I miss some names, then that's not cool. But um Susan, if you know, how many different channels were there when we met up last October? I can't remember the head count. I think it might have been in the 30s somewhere, but it was just an awesome time. We did a fun happy hour on Thursday night and everybody barbecued and had different potluck on Saturday. So we had door prizes that Susan had gotten together. So the Mayberry meetup was cool. So we've had that on our calendar and we wanted to stick to that. So we were working Johnny's nursing around that. I already have my time at work approved off for that. So that's good. So we're definitely doing the Mayberry meetup. And then after Mayberry is what's kind of up in the air with Johnny. There is no up in the air for me because with my contract and my commitment to my hospital to get my training as a new nurse, I have to be there 2 years. So it'll be like 2 years from this month. I am off orientation next week. I don't know if that's exciting or scary. Some nights I feel like I'm ready, and other nights I feel like I'm not ready. I think they say in nursing, until you get to Johnny's level of experience. Every night you're learning something, or every shift you're learning something. Hey, Lily, thanks for joining us. As you can see, it's me flying solo tonight. I got my big opportunity to be the star of the show. I think I might have bit off more than I could chew, but so Nomatica Canna, the meetup. Let me look at the calendar real quick because I don't have the dates memorized in my head. I know it's in October. I know it's in the middle of October. Some people are getting there as early as like October 10th or 11th, but like official planned activities is going to be Thursday the 14th through Sunday the 17th. And the campground, it's just the Mayberry campground. I'm pretty sure it's not that it's pretty much that simple. Um New Horizons, if you want to drop it's a Rockstar event every year. Yep. Oh, she's already got 2022 in the planning stages. Susan, if you have a link you want to drop to the Facebook group or any other kind of website or any other way to get people some information, that would be awesome. If people could hit that thumbs up, I would appreciate it. Johnny will be all aggravated at me if I hurt her channel analytics. So, oops. Well, oh, that dog. Maddie, you can't do that. So let's see, I got my little handy dandy list here. Um, the next thing that people have been asking us about is our work. So how is Johnny liking the new hospital and different things? It is busy where she's at. It's a smaller hospital. It has about the same amount of rooms as the ER she worked at in St. Louis, but here in St. Louis, the hospital had over 100 something beds upstairs, and this one, being a critical access hospital where they ship most everything out, only has 25 beds. So she's had, some really hectic pace nights. With HIPAA, there's all kinds of things you can't talk about, but they've had cardiac arrest back to back and strokes and all those kind of different things where they get them stabilized and helicoptered out or transported out to the other big hospital. They've had a lot of bad weather to where the helicopters can't fly, so that's kind of interesting. She really likes the people that she works with. She's made friends with people that work on staff there full time and friends with people that are also travelers. She has a great recruiter. If anybody out there watching this now or watching this in the future is a nurse and thinking about doing travel nursing, she has a great recruiter. Her recruiter sent her brownies and cookies for Nurses Day and a backpack, and there's some other gift that she hasn't gotten to open yet, so that's so cool. 10 sites left for the Mayberry Meetup. You can call and get your reservation. Maybe, Susan, I don't know if you dropped it above, but if you could tell them where to call or maybe even pop the number in there. I think there's probably some new folks in here that might be sincerely interested. But we just had the best time at that meetup last year. That's why we want to go again. We're super sad that with the calendar and the distance, we're not going to be able to do the Michigan meetup. I would love to go up there and support Kevin. Where are we staying? But, and we really love him and his family, but it's just not going to work. I was actually off that weekend, but we can't really get the van from West Virginia to Michigan and back in the amount of time that Jonnie has off. I work in the St. Louis, Missouri area, and I'm I'm doing okay in nursing. It was hard for me because with COVID, I didn't have any clinicals, so like I didn't even know how to prime um like a bag of fluids, like getting it through the tube and stuff. Like people that are a nurse know what I mean, and it's like the super simple thing, but I had never done it. Oh good. Susan dropped the information about the Mayberry campground. Thank you so much, Susan. Hey Linoki, so good to see you. Aw, traveling granny, I'm so glad to see you too. So all the cool gangs here tonight, plus our new friends. So anyway, being a nurse is hard. I haven't really started an IV, like where you stick it in a person's arm. I haven't really got that yet. On my floor, we get a lot of older people that don't have the best veins, and then we get a lot of, well, I don't think they're even recovering. We get a lot of, how should I say it? Substance abuse folks that have created cardiac challenges for their body. So basically, they've messed up their heart with meth, and those people don't have the best veins. So I'm going to be going to like the pre op surgery one Friday morning and just trying to learn how to, get a good old line going on somebody so I could save a life with some saline or some blood someday. So it's a work in progress. Most shifts get easier and easier, and some nights are challenging. Last night was busy, but it wasn't as bad as the night before I flew out to see Jonnie. That night before I flew out to see Jonnie, it was just an awful night, and it just got worse and worse and worse. And I was almost in tears a couple of different points, thinking I wouldn't get enough done, like my charting and everything done so that I could leave on time to get to the airport. But thankfully, thankfully I did. Oh, soul searching, you started your career in nursing but chose to leave. I totally understand that. I think there's like really high statistics, like, within 2 to 3 years of nursing, people that have got a nursing degree, like big percentage, 20-30% leave the field to never return again. Hey, Art Escape Adventures by Lisa. Lisa, good to see you. 51 in the house. That's not too bad for not having my better half here. So my work's, just going good. I'm almost off orientation. I haven't, knock on wood, I haven't had anybody die yet. That's like a big thing. I'm like, kind of nervous about that. I know if and when it happens, most likely it won't be my fault. Like I'm really safe, and if I'm not sure something, I run and get somebody. So I'm very super safe, even though I'm very new. I just really go cautious on things. But if it's that person's time to go, if God decides it's that person's time to go and it's my patient at the same time, I'm not really ready for that. But I guess if and when that happens, it'll happen. Johnny's work's been as busy and crazy as everywhere, but she's definitely liking it. Erin's baking cakes for people. We got to get on the cake list. So that's how that goes. And any of you out there that do have a sense of faith, if you could pray for Jonnie and help her, get her answer, at the end of the year, is it better to pursue another nursing job, or, maybe the perfect people with the perfect van opportunity, or maybe we'll find a van that we can build out, whatever, just help us in prayer with that. something else, it's the last thing on my list. Something else people have been, aw, thanks so much, Mary Joan. Something else people have been kind of asking us about is what is it like being apart? And it's so strange. It just really, it is definitely strange. When we started our relationship, I was on the road traveling full time and would be home only on the weekends, and Johnny worked only on the weekends. So that was very challenging. So a lot of times I would be in the Midwest and she would be off during the week, and she would drive to Indiana or Wisconsin or Chicago, take the train and meet me, and we'd spend a few days together on the road. And that was so fun. It was kind of like when it's all brand new and stuff, it's so fun. But, then you get to the point where you want to have more of a home life. So then I quit the travel job and was more home based. And now here we are apart. But when you fast forward almost 7 years and you have that foundation, the days that I work, I try to work my 3 12 shifts back to back. So I sleep during the day, get up, go to work, sleep, work, sleep, work, sleep. So those days, honestly, there's not a whole lot of time to miss anybody. There's not a whole lot of time to do anything. So it's just like on that day after I sleep and I'm ready to do something, then my person's not here. So that's kind of hard. Oh, Susan says, I've always believed Johnny's calling was to build vans to help people who can't afford too much or just building a van for anyone. Well, that sure is true. Aw, thank you so much, Traveling Granny Tracy. Thanks for praying for us. Amy, that's a very personal question for you and Nate, but I don't even know if you guys, I know you recently just put on Facebook, you guys are officially a couple now, so congrats to Amy and Nate, but I don't know if you guys are together or apart. I don't know if you guys are finding a way to be together. Hey, Diane, welcome in. So good to see you. I just need 5 to eat, pee, and cry, but the good time's super rewarding. That's so funny. Yeah, it's Nurses Week at my hospital, and between being gone on the trip and being on night shift, I think every good thing that they've had, I've missed out on. We supposedly got some nursing week gift, but I haven't gotten mine yet, because it's in some manager's office. Because you know how that is when you're night shift, when you come in, they're already gone, and then I don't know why they didn't give it to us this morning. Anyway, I'm super excited about my first nursing week gift, and I'm trying not to get too excited because it'll be something like a t-shirt or a water tumbler or a tote bag or something like that. I know it's not going to be like a new a new Lexus. Hi, Lindsay Diane. Thanks for being here. So good to see Diane. That's my cousin, you guys. That's my cousin on my mom's side. So she's somebody that's known me forever since I was born. I'll just admit she's a little bit older than me. So van life was awesome, spending the time with Johnny in the van. I honestly have been missing Johnny, of course, and the van while she's been gone. It's just so cozy. It's just like such a little cozy cabin. And we did have a chance to meet another YouTube family and channel, and I don't really want to give away, but they have a bigger rig than ours. Like, what family wouldn't have a bigger rig than a 19-foot van? And it's so nice when you go in and there's these big kitchens and tall ceilings and full-size fridges, and they have a microwave and like multiple bathrooms and washer and dryer and stuff. But then when it's all said and done, we just don't, we don't know that we feel like, we don't know that we feel like needing more space. I don't know. The one thing that would be nice is if ours was more like a B plus van, and I think the difference is they have kind of a wider molded fiberglass or steel body, and then they have outdoor storage compartments because we don't really have anything like that. But it's just so cozy, and I just love the van, and I do super duper miss Johnny. It's just the days that I'm working, I can get through it. And then we spend time on the phone together. We do, believe it or not, we do stream yards that are not live. And we just go ahead and kind of talk to each other. One night, Yeah, I can't wait to be at the meetups, Fairy Dust. I hope maybe you can make it to one. I have one more exciting announcement on meetups, and then we'll do a prize wheel drawing. So for those of you that are here, you have to be active in the chat to be on the prize wheel. So just simply type in wheel if you want to be on the wheel for the prize, and we'll get on. I'll get on there in a minute, and I'll give some awesome prizes away. As you guys can tell, I'm not me dropping links for all the sponsors, so I will put them in the description of the video once this gets posted so you guys will know. Um, oh gosh, Happy Place Camping. That's a good question. Jonnie can put in requests. I don't know. She probably wouldn't have time to drive the van to Iowa, but maybe we could do something. We do have tents. We tent camp. We're both kind of older than last time we tent camped. But maybe we could I don't know, maybe we could get creative with some kind of rig and meet in Iowa. So, yeah, I don't know. I really would love to do that, but it's just so hard. It's so hard being all the different places. I looked up that weekend on my calendar. I have this weird thing when you work at hospitals. Well, every hospital is different, but my hospital is you work every third weekend. You can't ask for that weekend off. If you have something like we have one of our cruises during that weekend, you have to switch with someone. So it's just so crazy. But, yeah, keep typing in wheel if you want to be on the prize wheel. So, anyway, we just got so much going on, and it's so great that we have you friends. I really missed being on here. I think it's been a month between, well, I guess the only thing keeping me away has been work. And then when we realized that I was off tonight and Jonnie was working, we talked about different options, and she was so funny. She was like, "Why don't you see if somebody wants to be a co-host?" And I said, I don't think so. I said, I'll just share all the airwaves with myself, and then I won't be doing like this all the time to say something. Because with Jonnie, it's her channel, it's her show. And so all the time I'm like this, trying to get my word in edgewise. So tonight, I just get to talk. So that's just awesome. Diane says her dream is to travel and make money with her photography. Her photography is amazing. She's really been doing some cool stuff in the local St. Louis area. And I don't think. hmm, Diane, type in the best way for people to get a hold of you. You may not be able to drop it because you're not what's called a moderator, but maybe I will drop the link for you. I'll have to try to figure that out. All right. So let's see what I can do on getting some people on the wheel. As you guys know, for the past several weeks, we've had this problem where the wheel doesn't want to work. So we'll see how this goes. Okay, that's good. Step one's good. I got the people copied. And then what I've been doing so that I can make it work on the wheel is putting it into a Word document before I post it into the wheel. So we'll see. We'll see if this works. Do, 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 do. Chat amongst yourselves. Let's see if this worked. Oh, I do believe it worked. Oh, yay. I'm so happy. I love it when technology works. We all know times when it does not work and it's not fun. Okay, so what we have here is the wheel. I need to shuffle it. Shuffle it. It's got some blank spots. And Johnny's up on the wheel. She can't win. That's not going to work. She can't be a winner. Be interesting to see what she won. She'd love to win one of her own shirts. There's some stylish shirt she's wanting me to reorder her, and I've procrastinated and not done it. Okay, so let me get over to StreamYard. I'm going to share the screen. Sorry, this is painful blow by blow here. And do the tab, prize wheel. All right, so just like always, what we will do is oh good, the wheel showed up. We will spin the wheel Tonight, we're going to do 3 prizes because I appreciate you folks being so generous with your time and spending the evening with me. So we'll do 3 spins and get the winners, and then we will do go to the prize wheel and get the prizes. And just as many of you know, you cannot win more than once a show. All right, so let's see who number 1 is. Got my little cheat sheet here, 1, 2, and 3. So we got a Julie. Oh, might be changing. New Horizons. Well, that is easy because I know how to get a hold of Susan. So good luck to everybody else. Let's see who else can win. Good luck to all the super awesome supporters out there. Oh, Linda R. Now, Linda, I think in the past we have communicated. I am definitely pretty sure that we have. I'm going to go ahead and put my email up on the screen. So if you do win tonight, please make sure you email me because if for some reason I've lost your contact information, I will need it again. Let's see who our third winner is. And it is, oh, it was close. Amy, all right. Good job, Amy. Amy, it's so cool. I'm sure you know, your employer is doing a thing where they're giving 10% off to nurses when we show our badges, like in honor of healthcare heroes. So that's super awesome. For those of you that don't know, Amy works for Outback Steakhouse and she's down in the Texas area. I'm feeling generous. We're going to do a fourth winner. We're going to ignore all those blank spaces. Okay, we're ignoring the blank space. All right, one more time. I think all the blanks are gone now. Oh, how cool, Felix. Happy place camping. Okay. So now what I'm going to do is open the prize wheel. And the way the prize wheel works is the prize can only be won once per night. But I don't take them off of there because, like I've said in the past, that gets very confusing for me. So we will spin 4 times and we'll see what these lucky folks have won. Susan's the first one, and let's see what she won. Oh, she won another Johnny's Journey shirt. Awesome. The last one she ordered, she went with pink. So Susan and I will have some email communication and see what she wants to do for her next one. And let's see what Linda R won. Good luck, Linda. Big money, big money. Oh, okay. So Linda, you've won a custom photo print from Shelly Starwalker, and I will have to email you the details on that, how to pick your photo, and then we will get your information. I'll need a mailing address so Shelly can mail that to you. All right, let's see what Amy K won. Big money. Makes me think of the old Wheel of Fortune. Oh, Whoa Nelly Adventures. Whoa Nelly Adventures does a $10, and I think she'll do either Amazon or PayPal. So, Amy, I'll do a joint email between you and Lucy. Lucy's from Whoa Nelly, and we will get you guys hooked up. And then, last but not least, let's see what the lucky Felix from Happy Place Camping has won. Well, it doesn't get any better than that. A really creative travel mug from Blaine himself. So, Felix, similar thing. I'll do a joint email between you and Blaine, and that will get you guys connected. Oh, there I am. Okay. Done with the prize wheel. So, for those of you that are new to the show, we do the prize wheel. We have amazing sponsors. Typically, Johnny's kind of talking a lot, and I'm dropping the sponsor links. But I can't do that and talk. So I will add the sponsor links. Aw, Aaron, that's so sad. Aaron, you actually won Lucy's prize not that long ago. Um, Oh, here's Johnny's back. Johnny's back in. Now she's out. She's in. What does that show? The hokey pokey turn herself around. So, next up, I'm going up soul searching. Can I buy a shirt from Canada? Yes, you can. So, if you want to email me at the link, something is wrong with our Teespring store. It was perfectly fine. I had all these different cool things that you could buy. Some of them had Johnny's logo. Some of them had different graphics I created. And then all of a sudden the store was broken. And so now I have to do this back end way. But if you're interested, for sure, I will get you hooked up. Oh, Felix, you want a Johnny shirt? Okay, well I'll just substitute in a Johnny shirt. So, you have my email, Felix. Just email me what color and what size you want and an address to send it to. And I'm happy to send you a shirt instead of the mug. That's no problem. Let's see. Now I always see why Johnny's always like, it's hard to keep up with the chat. And I'm always giving her crap. I'm always like, oh, it's easy to keep up with the chat. You just pop it up in another window. Yeah, it's not so easy when you're talking your head off. Let's see. The 10% this week show. Oh, that's so cool. So Amy's saying, yeah, nurses, healthcare heroes can get the 10% off at um, Outback Steakhouse. All right. Everybody's congratulating the winners, so that's awesome. When I get some extra time, I need to work on that Teespring store and try to get it fixed. That is so funny. So anyway, I am trying to get my bachelor's of nursing done, and I must be crazy. I took 3 courses this time, and so every day I have homework due or discussion post due for something, and, with working full time. But my thought was Johnny's not here, so I would have more time to do homework, but that didn't account for all the time I need to play Candy Crush or all the time I just need to veg out and be lazy. So, anyway, let's see what else we got going on here. Welcoming Carrie Joe. Yeah, Kaylee, I know they changed their name to Spring, and I even tried to contact somebody from their customer service department, which ultimately did not go well because it didn't help. And then Dana from Barefoot in Alaska, she got her mug that she wanted. It was broken. And so I emailed them and they wanted a picture. And I was like, well, it's a gift. I don't really want to bother the person for a picture. Well, then they're like, well, we can't do anything if we don't have a picture. So Dana was gracious enough to send a picture. So now I forwarded that on to Teespring/Spring, and hopefully they'll get her a replacement mug out. But it's just kind of crazy. So we have a final 7 minutes together. And as you folks know from my little notes and stuff, I pretty much am done with everything I was going to talk about. Oh no, there's one last thing. I don't know that it's going to be quite 7 minutes of a thing. Susan has an interesting question though. Let's see what she's saying here. If Johnny builds out vans, are you going to stop nursing and be her assistant and person who people contact and buyer of supplies? I will probably end up being those things, but I'm not going to quit nursing. It was a crazy thing to be over 50 and feel like you have a calling to enter the nursing profession, especially when you're in an out of shape, obese body that is probably not really up to the physical rigors of nursing on a day in and day out basis. But I just really feel like there's something that I can make a difference for in nursing. And I am mostly specifically called to the behavioral health arena of things. And so I did not want to start off my career in behavioral health because I felt like I wanted core nursing skills just to develop those skills and then possibly move into behavioral health. But when I used to work as a patient safety sitter with the behavioral health patients, I really just had a way with people, and they would call me the the whisperer, like the psych patient whisperer, and I would just have a way that I could calm the people and get them more cooperative. And a lot of them do, I think it's like 72% of folks that are suffering from behavioral health issues that are seeking treatment have substance abuse issues. So it's kind of a dual diagnosis. So I really do feel like I have a place to be in the nursing profession. And that's great that I can help Jonnie with ordering supplies or communicating with folks or marketing things behind the scenes. But I, by no way, am ready to quit nursing. Few more weeks of butt wiping, though, I might have a different answer. Let's see. A bloomin' onion. They're talking about the whole Outback Steakhouse. Hey, Van Life Voyages, thanks for being here. I'm flying solo tonight. This is not as easy as it looks trying to be by yourself. I'm used to being more the back behind the scenes keyboard person, keeping an eye on the chat and dropping links and all that good stuff. If any of our moderators have not dropped their links yet, please drop those links so folks can check out your channel. Let's see. Diane will have to share her experience of teaching swim lessons. She was 57 and had to train with a 15-year-old lifeguards. Oh my gosh, that's funny, Diane. Oh, thank you so much, Shanna. You're so sweet. I hope you get to come back to Mayberry, you and Daisy, this year. Um, Yeah, Lydia, behavioral health patients, I think it does take a certain temperament and patience. And, I'm not sure that I necessarily have that. I can tend to get scared by things. So I don't know. I think maybe in my head I have an idea of how behavioral health patients are and maybe how they really are could be different. So I probably would definitely shadow and kind of experience things. For a minute, I was debating about getting my nurse practitioner in behavioral health, but not throwing the age thing out there over and over again. But I just feel like for the amount of time that Jonnie and I want to be left in the workforce, I don't think all that educational time and loans would make sense. I think what I really want to do is just travel nurse and work hard for 13 weeks and take a month or two off and do another contract for 13 weeks and take a month or two off. I have ideas of going to Australia for a long trip or Hawaii, like maybe even doing a contract in Hawaii and then stay on a month. I loved Hawaii. So, yeah. Oh, good. You're going to be there, Shanna. Awesome. Let's see. Uh, when is the Mayberry Meetup? It is October 14th to the 17th. Some people are getting there as early as the 11th. Earlier up in the chat, Susan put the campground information. It's just the Mayberry campground, and there was 10 sites left. Let's see. 5 minutes left. Okay. Oh, now I'm down to 2 minutes. Okay, so the big exciting news, and I'm not stealing any thunder, it's already been announced on Dee's Lives. There is going to be a joint meetup in Quartzsite in January with Box Van D, Van Life Voyages, and Jonnie's Journey. So it's going to be very super laid back. It's going to be just a fun time. So one of the things is um, Jonnie may or may not build out a van in October, but come January, she does want to go out to Quartzsite with her van and do a nursing contract in Arizona. So she's already kind of started putting some feelers out about that. So I don't know that Box Van D, Van Life Voyages, I don't know that we have a date for the Quartzsite meetup. I don't know if it's just like mid-January, late January. I don't really know, but I just want to say be on the lookout. Susan, thanks so much for dropping all that Mayberry information. I was not very prepared for that tonight. Mount Airy, North Carolina, the Mayberry Campground. All right. Oh, Freely Me RV. You can join them in Arizona. Awesome. Hey, Nursing Our Travel Bug. Happy Nurses Week. Van Life Voyages. Happy Nurses Week. All right, you folks. I have made it. I didn't even tell you guys the biggest secret of the day. I worked last night. I couldn't sleep. I was so excited about just being with you guys tonight. I never got a chance to sleep. But guess what? Tick tock, 10 o'clock here in the central time zone. No sleep on my end. I think I might be ready to get some sleep. Thank you so much for sharing the time with me. Thanks for making this hour blow by. If you need anything, reach out to Johnny and I or emails. You know that we're here for you. Super approachable, willing to help anybody with anything, answering any questions. I hope you all have a blessed evening. And if I can figure out how to turn off this live, I'm going to say sayonara. Blessings to all of you. Thanks for joining me.